Tonight on Sports Saturday. It's the last day of February, but it sure feels like March. Madness is breaking out all over the basketball landscape. Shockers, emotions, dunks, we've got it all. How do you feel about that?
It's just exciting. It's just joy. It's just a blessing. It's just unbelievable.
That's right. Would Alabama make it easy like Saturday night against the Commodores in the Music City, or would Memorial Magic rear its ugly head again?
We were a play or two away.
We've got the highlights. Plus, Bama softball and baseball was feeling like a little Cajun cooking against Louisiana Lafayette.
Well, much better than last Saturday against Michigan.
So get your head up. We've got these wheels, those wheels. We're gonna blow you away with sports, and we're putting on our dancing shoes right now. Hey everybody, nothing like top 15 matchup on the final day of February to get us ready for the madness of March. 11th ranked Wichita State knocked off 10th ranked Northern Iowa 74-60 to take home the Missouri Valley Conference regular season title. It's just another reminder, Jen, it's coming. March Madness is right around the corner. Welcome in, everybody, to Sports Saturday. I'm B.J. Millican alongside Jenn Chapman. And Jen, Alabama Hoops is going to have to do a lot of work if they want to partake in a little March Madness.
That's right, and it all had to start today on the road in Nashville against a team that beat Alabama 2 weeks ago at Coleman Coliseum. The Vanderbilt Commodores, Kevin Stallings and Wade Baldwin made all the headlines earlier this week, but it was Levi stealing those headlines early. The nice reverse layup. Look at that. We're going to see it again. He goes up and under. Levi Randolph finished with 13 points. Here he is again, this time passing the ball. Nice look to Michael Kessens. Finishes underneath. He had 10 points. Anthony Grant just loving what they're doing early. He would love this defense by Rodney Cooper. The nice steal, and he finishes it off at the other end. Bama led by as many as 14.
Jen, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but Wade Baldwin, remember him? Good thing Kevin Stallings didn't kill him. He buries the three to head to half. Then Baldwin again. Step back, not Alec. This is Wade. This one pulls the doors back within two. Anthony Grant wanted a timeout in the worst way. Unfortunately, no one said cover Wade Baldwin in the huddle, because there he is again. 15 points for Baldwin, 4 of 5 shooting from behind the arc. The Doors outscore Bama 23-5 to start the second half, on the way to a 73-66 win. Here is Anthony Grant's reaction.
Tale of two halves. Vanderbilt in the second half was outstanding. From an offensive standpoint, we had a tough time getting stops and matching up with them. They did a great job with the ball movement, the run that they went on to start the half. I thought, for our guys, being able to handle that and answer that, obviously you look at it and we weren't able to do that. I felt like the whole game we were a play or two away from being able to be right there to win the game.
There you go. Coach Grant coached his 300th career game today. Here's the way it looked for the Tide. The Doors hit 11 of 19 threes. Retno Basahan led the way for Bama with 16. Senior night is up next on Tuesday against Ole Miss.
On to Coach Cal and the Cats hosting 18th ranked Arkansas. You would have thought it'd be a good game with two ranked teams, but Kentucky thought otherwise. Trey Lyles with the throwdown. Arkansas continues to press. Kentucky continues to be way better, and it's time. It's Karl Anthony Towns for the slam. And then later, it would be Tyler Ulis doing it from the outside. Kentucky moves to 29-0, clinching the SEC regular season title in the process as they beat Arkansas 84-67. Here's a look at the SEC scoreboard. LSU wins their 21st game of the year. Tim Quarterman with the first LSU triple-double since Shaq in 1992. Florida gives Billy Donovan his 500th career win in a victory over the Vols. Well, the college guys are starting to get heated up for tournament time. The high school finals wrapped up today.
That's right, and some excellent hoops over at the BJCC in Birmingham all week, including a dynasty in the making tonight. The Mountain Brook Spartans trying to win their third straight state title, but Hoover would have something to say about it. Kevy Eason, his only 3 points of the game. The Bucks took a 1-point lead to half. Second half, Spartans come out like champs. Terrell Guy muscles in like he is the guy. 15 for him. Jack Klein also had a big game for Mountain Brook. He goes strong to the hole. 15 for him as well. But Hoover, they make all the plays down the stretch. Maurice Brown nails the tray there. The Hoover Bucks are your first ever 7A boys state champions. It's also the first boys title in school history.
Every year, I would love for my season to end in a win, and that's the preparation that I take personally as a coach. But the fact that these guys actually set their goals to win it and to actually achieve it, I think is special.
I don't want to make it rocket science with our guys because they played so hard. They got the shots that they wanted, and just sometimes it's just not your night.
Here we go. The Homewood girls trying to win their first state title against Blunt. Pat's off and running early. Hannah Barber with the steal and the lay-in on the other side. 11 for Hannah. 3 more for her right here before the half. Barber, shave a little off the top. Pat's by 8. Second half, more of the same. Asia Wayne with the big-time game. 22 for her. Homewood wins it all for the first time in school history.
It's a relief to just know, to get here, accomplish it, and to know what it feels like. But it's just exciting. It's just joy. It's just a blessing. It's just unbelievable.
To Class 5A girls, Jameis Winston in the house. Winona taking on Brew Baker's Tech. Winona's Jayla Morrow on the fast break. Easy bucket there. She had 8 points on the day. Dragons up by double digits. Later, Alexis Dye gets the ball underneath. She gets the shot to fall. Dye with a game-high 16 points. Back-to-back state titles for head coach Emmanuel Bell and his Lady Dragons, winning by 20, 49-29.
Humbled, very humbled. You know, I could be somewhere else doing something else, but I'm doing something productive, and I love it.
J.O. Johnson back at the BJCC trying to avenge its loss in last year's final on Ramsey. And first quarter, Tyrion Bones sizes up the defense, took it down. And then later, third quarter, John Petty lobs it up to Justin Hopkins, who gets everyone off the bench with that one. Slam City for the Jaguars. This one would seal the deal. Petty making his case for Mr. Basketball. 59-52 was Johnson. Jack Doss wins his 8th career state championship, the most of any boys coach in Alabama history. And still more Sports Saturday ahead, including a record-breaking performance from Alabama track.
That's right, and I hope you're in the mood for a little gumbo and a little Zydeco music. You know why? Because it was a double dose of Cajuns, Alabama baseball and softball highlights straight ahead after the break. Come on back now, you hear?
Alabama senior Ramona Burchell set a collegiate record in the women's 60-meter dash at the SEC Indoor Track and Field Championships today in Kentucky. The reigning NCAA champion in the event and 2014 100-meter outdoor champ won in a time of 7.08 seconds, beating the record by 1/100th. That is fast. And now a quick turnaround for Alabama baseball as they hosted Louisiana Lafayette at the Hoover Met.
That's right. They picked up a win on Friday, and they would try to clinch the series this afternoon. It was looking pretty good, too. 5th inning, bases juiced. Mikey White unjuices them. Rips it down the left field line. A 2-run double gave the Tide a 5-3 lead. But here comes the difference in this ballgame. 7th inning, we move ahead. Nick Thurman at the dish for the Cajun. He delivers a 1-run single, yeah? Thurman goes 4 for 5. I can't do really a Cajun accent.
No, you're trying though.
Lafayette gets a 6-5 win. A solid day for Mikey White, goes for naught. 3 RBI on the day for him, but Bama falls to 7-3 on the year. The rubber match set for Sunday afternoon at 1 p.m.
The late, great Ernie Banks once said, "It's a beautiful day for a ball game. Let's play 2," and that's exactly what Alabama and Louisiana Lafayette did today. Game 1, first inning, Chauncey Bell hits a ground ball to shortstop fielder choice, scoring Haley McClenny, tied up 1-0. In the 4th, Bama up 2-zip. When Marissa Runyon crushes that 2-run opposite field shot, the Tide led 4-0. And that was plenty of run support for Sydney Littlejohn, who was fantastic in the circle. On to game 2. Bama strikes first. Chandler Dare hits a sac fly to left, scoring Leona LaFell. 1-0 Bama. And then the Raging Cajuns tied it at 1 in the 4th. And here in the 5th, Samantha Walsh with the single. Haley Hayden comes around to score. And that would be the difference as ULL wins game 2 by 2-1.
Well, much better than last Saturday against Michigan. I thought Sydney pitched the best game of her season this year by far. Anytime you can hold them to 1 run, I think is a really good performance. And then The other bright side I thought was Lexi. You know, she held them to 4 hits. She pitched much better than she did last weekend against a good hitting team.
A tough day, but also a tough weekend for Alabama athletics.
Yeah, a lot of losses, and it didn't start out real well last night. The Tide gymnastics team had a chance to extend their home match winning streak to 50. That's a lot on Friday night, but they couldn't quite get it done, losing a heartbreaker to LSU. Ironically, it was the Tigers who last beat Alabama at Coleman back in 2009. Coach Duckworth still got a lot of positives out of this meet, one which she says will help the team down the stretch.
This ability to do whatever we need to do to be successful, to go against the #2 team in the country and it be that tight and get that close, I just think it speaks volumes to what we are capable of.
And here's a look at what Bama has left. It's 3 more meets than the SEC Championship in Duluth, Georgia. A lot more work to do for them and a lot more work to do for us.
That's right. More Sports Saturday is coming your way. A lot of wheels coming up when we return, so stay with us.
We are back, and we're in Atlanta with the Xfinity Series. Kevin Harvick has a good pit crew, which you need when you're racing. We fast forward to the lap 88. He beats everybody out of the pits during a caution. That would be big because he holds off Joey Logano to win the race. Logano won the pole for the Sprint Cup race on Sunday. Some fast wheels there and some fast wheels that we're going to talk about next.
That's right. The Alabama wheelchair basketball team's hosting their final tournament before Nationals next week. We're going to start with the women's game as they took on Illinois. They're undefeated against college teams so far this year. 4 minutes left in the game. Cindy Olette passed to Carolina Liggett for the score, and that is now 54-53 Alabama. Next possession, Gail Jang passes it to Megan Blanc to go up 55-54. And then less than a minute left. Cindy again, she's going to go for the layup, and then Alabama would win 62-57.
Hey, let's talk about the men. What about the men? They were also at Foster after the women's game. We're going to pick this one up in the second half. DeQuell Robinson's going to drive the entire floor. Watch the tough layup for DeQuell, 52-34, though Illinois led at the time. Then Derek Hoot. The shot over the defenders. Illinois led for most of this one. They go on to get the 56-40 victory. And before we go, you know, earlier in news we talked a little bit about your little donut race, right? We have some pictures I want to show everybody. She didn't know that I was going to do this. There is your big time victory.
It's a big payday.
It is, but here's the one that I want to see that's coming up here. That's
what
keeper.
I really look like, everybody.
You're going to have to show your kids that when you
Hey, that's what it
kids.
takes to win, okay? I'm around Alabama athletics. All I hear is legacy, legacy. I got to set a legacy in donut eating, running.
We got a champion, everybody. Good night. We'll see you guys tomorrow.